I think that actually it's stronger when you have kind of an interdisciplinary approach. We have a fairly active vestibular balance lab. There are four of us four investigators that collaborate on research experiments, one physical therapist and three PhD audiologists. I guess what I've become really aware of is just the contribution that other fields can bring to the patient and to care for the patient and to the research question, and that if we are just approaching it from the way an audiologist might approach it, the patient is not as well served, and I think the research question maybe is a little narrower than it would be if you had other fields that are like physical therapy that would be working with you. I mean, you could also add psychology, otolaryngology, neurology, other fields as well. I think the one thing that I know that we try to do in our lab is to kind of source out some of our components of the work. So if you need, somebody to develop a database, for example, we're not going to spend a lot of time ourselves developing that database, but we get somebody with expertise in that area. So we've tried to work more efficiently. That's helped us be a little bit more efficient than if we were doing all of those components. So I think we've got smarter about that. Several years ago we were working, or even more recently than that, have been working with an engineer, an aerospace engineer at East Tennessee State University to help us with some data analysis and some instrumentation. And so, I think initially we'd spent a lot of time ourselves in the lab trying to fix that and figure out the answers to that. And when we started collaborating with other people that had this expertise, I think we became more efficient. That made a lot more sense, and I think we've tried to use that model. Rather than trying to figure out that answer ourselves, go look for collaborators, and that just adds strength to your project, and you're thinking about it in different ways. You're approaching the problem in a way that you probably wouldn't have otherwise. So that's probably one of the more important lessons that I maybe learned out of error for doing it the wrong way myself for too long.